Hey guys, it's Sonelias and welcome back to Hearts of Iron number 4. We're currently, of course, playing as Burgundy, formerly Belgium. So in the last episode, we finally got into a war with the Soviet Union. This number is really dropping. We need to basically deal with that, and we are trying to deal with that. But I think we can do potentially more if we keep on pushing. Heavy fighter airframes, nope, not what we're looking for. Anti-air. Now we're working on this fulfillment of these home guard units. They are close to completing. There we go. Really? Not what I was looking for exactly, but okay. Hold on. If I'm basically working on these units here, let me just set a new icon for them. They're homeland defense, kind of, isn't it? So we're going to set them to be having that icon there. Which, if I'm not mistaken, is exactly what we got there already. Okay, that's getting too big. We need to basically change that. But for now, let's put these into here. Same with that. Now that is limited to 72 really. Maybe. I take all of these. Set these all up as new. Yes, they are. Well, of course they are new, but let's set them up in a new army group temporarily. And then, of course, under the same marshal. No, I did the same thing again. Crikey. Let's set them up under the same general, I meant to say. I don't have an actual general to keep them in check as of yet. But let's, for now, try to keep them just in this section here. But let them exercise.
Hey, chef.
These guys should also start exercising shortly, and we'll basically swap them out with the other ones imminently. Forget about joining the war for now.
Oui, chef.
Okay, push.
Bougez-vous.
Callan, we're moving towards.
Attention.
Ooh, these are good positions to have. Okay, we've been pushed back there somewhat.
Attention.
Is okay. Not a problem, really.
Oui, chef.
See, these troops have pushed back some of the others here already.
Bougez-vous.
Now, if I look here carefully, I have to do that from here, unfortunately. I wasn't looking at the Air Force, really. I was looking to basically look at the actual infrastructure we got here. You'll notice that this doesn't have enough lines in here as of yet. So you need to do a bit of work on there to improve that, which we will be working on. Cockerel Mayo, okay, that is the one that does the escort fleets and so forth. Anti-air. Campagne Belge Maritime du Congo, okay. We don't have much thus far, but it's okay. I always ignore that section. I do want to do this, but I just don't have the bits for it at the moment. We're suffering substantially from the bombing.
Attention.
Okay. Supplies seem to be a bit of an issue. At least so it seems to be implying. No, I'm just telling you to basically after this one go on to the next one. I'm good here, mostly.
Formez les rangs.
Yeah, that is progressing as well. Okay.
Paré. Prêt, chef.
Okay, these guys here.
Donnez vos ordres.
Wow, look at this. I presume that's in our hands. I'm pretty sure I set this to use motorization as much as possible. Trains, we need more trains. As you might remember, in one of the previous episodes I did say we need to basically build trains of a different type, because we are losing trains. Convoy raids, yes. We also got enemy bombing that's taken place and so forth, which we will be able to alleviate here imminently. How am I doing in fighters? It's still, I'm losing fighters. Efficiency hasn't grown enough yet. As you can see, it's now up to 1 per day, but I would like to see that like multiple per day. Okay, we finally got that up and running. Okay, that'll be the 16th of December, so that's taking its sweet time, but that's okay. We will get there.
Oui, chef.
Okay.
Prêt, chef.
Let's just go back here for a moment.
Oui, chef. Donnez vos ordres. Prêt au départ.
Okay. Push them out of there.
Prêt, chef.
Why do they leave that open?
Prêt au départ.
It's not the first time I'm noticing that kind of stuff happening, huh?
Prêt, chef. Paré. Donnez vos ordres.
Okay.
Prêt, chef.
Yep, push, push, push. At the moment I'm mostly just pushing them back. I'm not encircling or anything, which would be actually far better than what we basically have otherwise.
Prêt, chef. Prêt, chef. Oui, chef.
That would be so much better to do.
Donnez vos ordres.
Okay.
Bouchez-vous. Bouchez-vous. Donnez vos ordres.
Okay, again, setting priorities here. Yeah, we got a nice bit of coastline here which we just took. Key thing to remember there is, of course, all of that adds up nicely. If I say now occupied territories, and I say not Netherlands and Tils, where's my biggest number of the Moscow Armistice signed? That is with Finland, of course, lovely. So we got supplies running through here, as you can see, and this one, really, I probably want to get rid of them as such. If I release that nation, we could release them as a puppet, yep. What that now means, I should suffer far, far less at sea, because this route seems to be doing okay to the Congo. There's another route there. The Germans have. Let's block this from being used. Units will never pass through this region. Okay. Yeah, okay, so be it. That was one of my biggest issues I had.
Écoutez. Paré.
Okay, push.
Oui, chef. Écoutez. Oui, chef.
Okay, let's push into there as well.
Prêt au départ.
That is nice. They're trying to basically take that city back.
Prêt, chef.
Let's try to basically take this little bit here. As you can see, that's a supply hub. Currently not connected to the capital, it says, which is okay. As you'll see here, that connection is kind of broken there. Once we basically acquire that position there, that it will be alleviated. Okay. That's already a 4. Nice. I did say I wanted to do some other bits, didn't I? So within here, I'm not going to go for that one. I don't really need to do that one in reality. I probably want to improve my artillery further. But can I do anything else in 1941? Yes, of course I can improve this. More organization, more soft attack. Always welcome. But I wanted to do these armored trains, didn't I? That should help in terms of the losses we're suffering in some places there.
Vos ordres.
Okay, these guys, I can still put them in here. Okay. Now I'm training these guys up because they will ultimately replace a large chunk of the troops that were in there.
Paré.
I want to get more frontline troops available, but I don't want to sacrifice my defense of my coastline at the same time.
Bougez-vous.
Which would potentially be a consequence.
Ouvert. Repli.
Okay.
On les repousse, chef.
Nice.
Continuez l'attaque. Oui, chef. Bougez-vous.
Okay, let's increase the attacks on that terrain there.
Paré.
Okay, that's being defended. That's nice.
Prêt, chef.
They're attacking that, which is okay. I can live with that for now.
Chef.
Ooh, more troops at our disposal here. There's still some losses, but they're not as they shouldn't be as big anymore as they were before. As you can see, the enemy bombing as well as the convoy raiding have both turned into a positive thing now. This army experience will be nicely welcomed. Okay, whatever that is, I don't know.
Écoutez.
Okay. That's fine. Troops are pulling back from there.
Formez les rangs.
It's not a problem. All good. All is good. Okay, that is a... Is that a port or not? No, it's not a port, is it? Interesting. Supplies, though, are a nightmare here. Ouch. for now. Okay, we deciphered the cipher there, which is nice to see. That's rather quick, isn't it? Okay.
Attention!
But that kind of means that I can actually set a new one. Let's set this one here to be done. I hopefully don't need it, but yeah, you never know.
Donnez vos ordres.
Junior officer training, always nicely done. That is another 35 days, another reduction in cost on that. Interesting. What does this do? It gives Elizabethville more bits. As political advisors, some people become available. Other members, Burgundy, we got one extra factory. Oh, they're already working on it. That's good. Formarière, okay. Cheap labor. Anything that it actually does for me? I don't know. Railway expansion I need to have done for that. Cockerel I can do. International stipend. Oh, we already joined the Axis. I don't know, why is that still available? I can actually bypass it, as you can see. Or I can still do this one. Okay, Belgica is something we can work on. Nationalize the banks is still available. It adds 2 additional civilian factories which are off map. Extra war support base. Doesn't hurt. It certainly doesn't hurt. This is also quite effective. Base stability rises. Political power, we get a ton of all of a sudden with that one. Have we got so many losses there already? Yeah, we got a decent amount there, isn't it? Combat casualties. I am rather inclined to reduce my outstanding population. There is 1.65. Not too bad, but again, it would be welcome to basically take Burgoyne into the fold as well. Ask for control of state. Burgoyne. Can we do that? What they say? Oh yes, they've actually given it to us. How lovely. So there's more factories here, but less people. It's a bit of a mix, isn't it? Always a bit of a mixed bag, but that's not a problem whatsoever. Rail connections actually are pretty decent in here. Pretty decent. They're not the greatest, but they're pretty decent. Could improve this somewhat. Why don't we connect that up to there? Makes so little sense to keep it at lower levels than that. Okay. Yes, we have lost another convoy, but it's not that big a deal at the moment. Now let's grab a bit more here for the artillery, I think. Research-wise, we're doing okay. Basic torpedoes is finally there. I'd only looked at that earlier, but okay. We're short of tungsten. Okay. Why have we got such a low number here all of a sudden? Ah, you're working on the project, but at the same time, this I could help push that down somewhat. Okay, that's even the... How's our plane position? Airplanes. Still negative, but it's not as negative as before, which is great. Plate's been decommissioned. Interesting. Okay, let's go back to these guys up here. We're doing an absolutely marvelous job here earlier already.
Écoutez. Bougez-vous.
Okay.
Donnez vos ordres.
Still got that position there, which is great.
Vos ordres.
Start engaging them there.
Écoutez. Bougez-vous.
Yeah, at the moment it's not the best, but we'll get there somehow.
Prêt, chef.
That is becoming a bit of an issue now, isn't it? Because we're suffering attrition because of all of this.
Donnez vos ordres.
I'm going to change the position of our units here somewhat. Should start making a difference once they actually move.
Donnez vos ordres.
We're getting there, slowly but surely. 6.71 it says. Now, I don't think that we'll all need this to the 3rd degree. The 2nd, maybe. Got 30 in training. 30. So we had 30 plus 30 makes 60. Can we just change the number here somewhat? No. 25, okay. That will do a bit better. That'll make it to 6, and that should then stop it. Whose manpower is this using? It's not mine as far as I'm aware. It's good. Bicycle troops. Okay. Who dares wins, indeed. Traditional family values. At least the population should grow by doing that. As you can see, we're working in competency already here. I'm not going to touch that again. That was taking up too much of the effort. Still in December. That one will complete in November. It looks like the Germans got troops here positioned as well, but they haven't got as many troops here positioned as maybe I would think they would do.
Formez les rangs.
Okay, we're moving. Still suffering losses here. For example, this one. That is because we're moving from an area where there's lack of supplies to an area that's got better supplies. Okay. It would actually be great if it actually said, yes, you've got certain things that are of use as well to us. Okay, where would I want to change this further? As you can see, we got, yeah, they got certain decent numbers of troops here as well. Doctrines available, yes. Infantry organization boost, nice. Infantry defense, nice. Air Force, air superiority, nice. Okay, where are we standing now in terms of the airplanes? We have got 7. Ooh. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, airport there. We got 100 operating from there of our own. Okay, we got a few here. I haven't got anything in Grunning. deploy another batch here. Okay, let's get those deployed as quickly as we can. Relatively look in here in the air, we basically are doing a pretty decent job. Enemy air units disrupted, 89%. It's not everything, but it's a pretty decent number. Enemy air units down by anti-air, it's 4. You see these ground attacks, they are really slowly losing those. So let's actually have a look here from the ground perspective again. This one I don't need. This one I don't need. I'm fine without this. Looks like I just need this one, which is Alsace-Lorraine, which is going to be more difficult because actually it's... Oh, it's an occupied state. It's not a core state. Interesting. We've got a claim on it. Interesting as well. They don't have a claim on it. Okay. That gives me chances. Chances for me to actually get that through. Combat casualties, yes, is something that we basically had suffered from. This is on the way to completing. Looks like we will see the torpedo being completed before anything else. So we're nicely on the defensive here now. Look at that. They're properly losing troops now. Wow, they've reinforced that substantially. Really substantially. Wow. Okay, that hasn't really worked in our favor. So that one is coming. Now let's have a look here. If I were to push that up, and still say I want to basically prioritize this one. Yeah, they're getting the supplies and everything in from there. Where are the enemies now concentrating? I'm not sure. Northern France could be an interesting area to protect as well. At the moment it says we need far more than we actually have. Interesting. Wow. Let's change this slightly then. Let's move that all the way to the top, because if that's really a bigger thing, I'm going to temporarily give priority to that. But in terms of production, I think it might be worthwhile to look at that. We can actually put a lot more factories into here than what we currently have. Luxembourg first. I don't want any land lease from them, but thank you very much for the offer. Look at that number now. That is a nice number to see. We still got a decent amount of manpower available. Our total population stands at 24.42 at the moment. It doesn't list the total population here for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Attention!
Okay.
Prêt au départ?
Let's go back here. Yes, we're on the defense, which is fine. No qualms with that. I see a lot more troops on that front line than I actually had seen before. Some of them indeed are suffering from lack of supplies, particularly up here. Maybe if I modify that line slightly to basically not run by that particular sector. But at least the fact that we got Parnu in our hands should help alleviate that shortly.
Prêt au départ.
The fortifications are not really helping us there, are they?
Bougez-vous! Bougez-vous!
Oops, stop. Not what you're meant to do.
Bouchez-vous!
Okay, if I can cut them up there, that would be great. Infantry officer, nice. That gets me additional attack.
Écoutez!
Okay, these guys, I don't need to train them further. These can all go into there. Let's actually then select half of them for now.
Arrêt!
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14.
Attention! Formez les rangs! Arrêt!
Okay, that should help out.
Arrêt!
Okay, that will become...
Arrêt! Attention!
24 it will become.
Donnez vos ordres!
We're at 23 now. 24. Nice. Now I do need to basically get myself a general here. It cost me some, but do I want to take that one? Possibly. Wow. Yep, he's not the best, but okay, that's okay for now. Let me look into that shortly. Let's have a look here what we can do. We can push the heroism up. Why can I not do that? Because I'm currently gaining a core on another state. Okay. Which will complete not too long from now, which is good. Women in the workforce, that's an interesting one to go for as well. Total mobilization. Okay. Legacies of the Great War. Add Legacy of the Great War, which grants army experience gain. That's actually not such a bad one to get in it. Recruitable population factor is increased. Division, attack core. Okay, let's also do this one first. Or should I go down that path there? Which grants add the European Crusades, which grants improvement. Improve the European Crusade by division organization, attack against major countries, defense against major countries. Oh, actually, that is pretty decent. The Belgian Renaissance. Crusade. Okay. Have we still got the economic downturn here? Economic downturn, yes, it's still reducing the factory output somewhat. But if we can actually get rid of that, questions, do I want to do this first or do I want to do that first? This is also quite interesting, isn't it? This actually adds organization plus attack and defense values. Okay, so we're 1941. So close to 1942 that I think it might be worthwhile just to do this. We can modify the government again. Now that reduces, of course, our consumer good factories, which means we got more at our disposal. So that, you should already see that there's a couple of factors in there. We're going to heritage, etc., etc. question is, which one do I want to go for, really? Oh, I'm already working on this. Sorry, I was looking at this. Energy company, research, oil. Okay, we got oil. Don't know where we get the oil, but okay. We get additional steel. Soviet operative captured. Convoy reliability, naval research speed. I think I'm going to go for this one. Let's straight away see the effect on that. Ooh, that drops down to 12. Means I got just those few extra factories at my disposal here, helping me with my output. Okay, that number is going to change. We no longer lack the effect, have the effect of lack of junior officers. Nice. I don't have anything related to that yet. Nice. Oh, what can we do here? Radar requires a scientist. Yes, okay, let's allocate a scientist here first. Helicopter, and this is rocket specialist. Okay, you are going to do your work. We'd like to get this one done. It uses certain resources, that's fine. Well, it's almost complete. Now I do want to also get this one up here. Let's do that after Antwerp. So at least we get these bits done here first. Or actually, maybe do that after that completes. I need more rubber again. I could get more from Germany. Oh, look at that naval invasion attempts again. Now, one thing we're getting here is, of course, we're getting shore bombardments. That's working against us. Even here. But we have our fortification in place, don't we? We should do. There are fortifications where they were meant to be. Were they destroyed? Maybe, I guess. I guess they were destroyed. Interesting. Okay. European Crusade is what we're setting up here now. That's almost done there, as you can see. Let's also keep an eye on actually what's going on here on this front line here. Yes, they're pushing. Pushing into there as well, as you can see. They're pushing against us here. It's not necessarily a problem. Just going fine thus far. Oh, that would be nice if we can push them out of there. Oh, there we go. New unit just happened to drop by.
Allez, on y va.
Okay. It's funny how they just exhaust themselves on some of these front lines. And because they're so exhausted, they basically just can't keep up against any particular attack that they might be suffering from all of a sudden.
Écoutez. Donnez vos ordres. Donnez vos ordres.
Okay.
Donnez vos ordres.
Where is this general at the moment?
Vos ordres.
Yves Gerard. Okay, he doesn't really have the best skills. I should maybe split that into another army group as well.
Prêt au départ.
Could I send them over to support that? I could.
Écoutez.
He is weak as well.
Attention.
You can kind of see that directly if you look at the numbers.
Attention.
Oh, he's defensive, which is fine.
Formez les rangs.
He is training. He is pretty decent, I would say. He's better on offense than defense. But he's still a good level general overall.
Parez.
So that's Kayat.
Attention.
Let's swap these generals out a little bit. Kayat will be this one.
Vos ordres.
And these guys, I'm going to let them be without for just a moment. These guys, on the other hand, will get this lovely Mr. Lippert. Yes, they're suffering from attrition because, of course, they're exercising. I need more trains. And as you can see, I've got my trains prioritized here now.
Écoutez. Formez les rangs.
Okay, I'm already starting to be underneath the other general as such. Okay, that defense went okay.
Attention. Prêt au départ.
Okay, they're attacking there, which is good. Let's support them there as well.
Donnez vos ordres.
Not sure where these guys are going, but that's okay.
Gardez vos distances.
Okay, it doesn't make sense to waste our troops like that. 4 more days for that integration to complete.
Donnez vos ordres.
And to be fair, I actually haven't even looked at these troops here recently. They're relatively spread out, as you can see. Troops are moving here continuously. Looks like the Hungarians have been able to push into the Crimea, which is good. But this kind of reaches a stalemate here, doesn't it? If we can create that lovely pocket over here.
Vos ordres.
That might potentially help us somewhat. Okay. We could boost those troops. I'm not going to do that at the moment. I'm just going to let that be. We need more trains. Yes, I know. No one seems to be offering trains. Plane-wise, yes, we're improving. It's a good number there. That number has dropped further, unfortunately. So we got the base value, which is 45. The world tension is adding to that, which was 40. But we had some negatives here already. Almost integrated that region. What on earth are we fighting? Oh, yes, of course, I'm not looking at my home territory here. Should be looking here. Which doesn't help. Almost. There we go. Once that completes, which should be on January 3rd. Ooh, no more resistance, no more nothing. We got these factories at our disposal straight away. At least we should do. Oh yes, we can finally work on the submarine. Torpedoes 2, engine 2. We're gonna keep on setting it to upgrade. 1936 design. Yes, let's set that production there. We haven't got a Mayo for this, but that's okay. Okay. We're exporting to the Congo. We're exporting nothing in terms of aluminum. Okay. What's our current focus here? Export focus. I guess that could work. Yeah. Anyways, these guys, how far are they in terms of their prep? They're not far enough along yet. We're getting there eventually, but it takes time. We're repositioning troops. They are repositioning troops. All that takes time and effort here. Okay, that is not going too well. They're attacking us again here. They have been attacking here.
Bouchez-vous!
Okay. Level 3 versus level 5. Yeah, that doesn't really bode well for us.
Formez les rangs!
Okay. Now they've got the advantage of having fortifications here. Let's see how much that weighs in their favor. It might or it might not help them out. We're not letting them join the war. That number is on the up now, it looks like, compared to what it was at just a minute ago. It's never been the highest, has it? Yes, we got casualties, we suffered. They're not the highest, like I said, the casualties. Bombing has been, yeah, strong. Let's get the core though. Okay. We're doing well in this region here.
Vos ordres?
Okay. Push, push, push.
Vos ordres?
Okay, that is working out okay for now. Nothing really extraordinary, so to say. They are providing supplies here now as well. Ah, they had reinforced that. Okay, I wasn't exactly expecting that, but okay, it can happen indeed. It's a long border here, with a good number of troops positioned on it.
Prêt au départ!
Assigned. Okay, well you can go straight there.
Oui, chef!
What do we got here? These troops here, they can straight away go to there for now.
Prêt, chef!
Okay, we're down to... let's set it down to 5.
Attention!
Oh, really? Could I ship them over here? Maybe?
Prêt, chef!
I'll help with the defense of this land here. You see, that is good. Okay, so what do we got here? We've got a number of divisions ready to basically create yet another army here, so to speak. Only 5 units in there thus far.
Prêt, chef. Paré.
Let's set these guys here just to go to Berlin.
Oui, chef.
I know you're not just going to go to Berlin just for the fun of it. You're going to fulfill an important role there. Okay, that is nearly complete with all those.
Formez les rangs.
I actually got space for 8 units in there, which is exactly what the training is showcasing that we're still doing. Assembly line production research completed. And we're 1942 now, as you can see. I'd love to be able to do rocketry. And that's exactly what this particular person here is specialized in, so that's great. Game requires 5 to 7 prototype iterations. Okay. Supply utilization. Okay, can I set that up in here as well? Operations, yes. This gets lower priority. Same with that one, really. That shouldn't take it away from the front line.
Ordre. Aux ordres.
Okay, these guys, they are currently set to defend this territory. If I move them towards, let's say, Poznan and that region there. Doctrine-wise, we are good to, well, not quite yet. We're at 90 here. Anyways, we're going to call it a day in a moment, just because the episode is getting to be longer than I actually had intended for it to be. We're working on rocketry, we're working on various different items here still, plus we are now integrating Bourgogne, which is nice. And we still can basically see if we can get that claim on here as well. They're not likely to give it to me at the moment, it looks like. What could we do for them? We can, of course, improve our relations with them. Yeah, we're not going to give them control of any of those states. Have we got more combat going on elsewhere? Looks like these guys, Kingdom of Hungary, there is... I'm not entirely sure what they are doing, but okay. But are still on their ships. Okay, guys, we're going to call it a day. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. In the meantime, take